What's up, guys? It's Colby Cheese, and you're watching another League of Legends commentary strategy video. Today I'm going to be playing Kassadin, and I really love to play Kassadin. He was one of my favorite heroes back in the beta, and I just haven't played him since, but I just recently picked him up after thinking about, I was like, hey, you know, I haven't played Kassadin in such a long time. I sucked ass the first couple of games until I got his positioning down. Kassadin, what's going to make or break you on Kassadin is how well you position and what fights you decide to go into on him. As you can see there, I just took out their Tryndamere, and I play Kassadin kind of like a snowballer type hero. I like to use the snowball items because that's they're cheap and cost efficient on Kassadin. He is so easy to get away with. And what you're going to see here is not only do I take out the Tryndamere, but I'm going to go into this team fight here and get the last hit on 3 more champions. So there goes the Sona, there goes the Urgot, and Nidalee goes down for the triple kill. Unfortunately, now I've got the 15 stacks here, but I'm going to stay in just a little bit too long without enough mana to teleport out, and I get destroyed by the Tryndamere here, who was able to revive himself and come back to kill us. So let's talk about Kassadin's ability. The first one, Q spell, Null Sphere. Kassadin fires an ethereal bolt of void energy, dealing damage and silencing the target for a duration. It's a very amazing spell. It's the one you're going to be using at the very first of the game. You're going to max it up first. So just as soon as you get to the lane at level 1, start popping it on your opponent so that you can get their health a little bit lower. You're going to be taking reduced damage from the enemy champions because of the fact, well, from their magic spells anyways, because of the fact that your passive is, it's the way it works is it actually reduces the damage you take from magic abilities by 15%. So just run in there and start popping your Q spell as much as you can, obviously without being stupid and losing all your HP. The main problem that you're going to have in the laning phase with Kassadin when you're harassing is probably just trying to not take damage from creeps. You know, you can kind of get tunnel vision and run in whenever there's none of your creeps tanking for you, and then you lose like 300 HP to the creeps, which puts you behind. What you want to do, though, is just keep on harassing with your Q spell and push the enemy out of the lane. Kassadin, it's really hard for him early game if you don't do this because he's a melee champion, and you usually want to solo with Kassadin, so it's going to be hard for you to farm and get the CS that you need with him if you do not play this way. Here's another game where I use my Q spell to push him out of lane. I'm going to go ahead and pop my Q there, bam, do my E spell, and pop down and ignite to try and push him out of lane. Unfortunately, he flashes out, and I'm not able to kill him, but it does give me free lane farm, and he's not going to get any experience in the meantime. So the next ability, Netherblade, is Kassadin's, it's like a passive, and every melee attack will restore mana, and it takes mana away from enemy champions. It kind of sucks on this type of build that I do with Kassadin, so you're going to max it last. Main thing you're going to use it for is to get the stacks up for your next spell, which is Kassadin's E spell, Force Pulse. Kassadin draws energy from spells cast in his vicinity. Upon charging up, Kassadin can use Force Pulse to damage and slow enemies in a cone in front of him. It's a great team fight ability. You're going to be slowing down their entire enemy team, and when there's a lot of champions around casting spells, it's going to be up almost all of the time. Otherwise, when you're soloing, you're just going to use your Force Pulse and your W spell to charge it up so that you can use it on enemies. That's fun. So not only that, but you're going to be using it for your farming. As you can see there, I just wrecked an entire like 2 waves of creeps there, getting a ton of money for myself. That's one way you're going to use it. And in this team fight here, I'm going to actually pop it off a couple of times, doing massive damage to the enemy champions, as well as slowing them down, letting some people get away, and making sure they don't get away at the same time. And I just kind of wait to position myself in the right time. I don't want to run in and get focused down by Kali because she does have some massive damage, so I just get her a little bit lower, then take her out quick. See that Vlad's low. Unfortunately, he does do his little W spell to get out, but I do take him out with a well-placed ultimate. And, oh, damn it, Ash, you just got wrecked. But that's okay, another free kill for me. Get some stacks on my item, and I'm good to go. So there you have it. The next one, Kassadin's Ultimate. Now, this is a great spell. Rift Walk. Kassadin teleports to a nearby location, dealing damage to nearby enemy units. Additionally, multiple Rift Walks in a short period of time cause them to cost additional mana and deal additional damage. I don't really know how I feel about the additional damage and additional mana. A lot of times I just run out of mana because I've cast it so many times and it makes me die. But you know, it's actually pretty cool. It's not going to be as viable with my build. Some people like to go like massive mana builds and then they just keep casting Rift Walk. For me, it's more of a situational like jump in and do damage or escape. I try to use my Q and my E for most of my damage, but as you can see there, I jump in, try and do as much damage to the Tristan as possible. Unfortunately, she's got the red buff, and she's going to give me, so I'm going to use my R to get away, see how I walk around Baron to get out, and then I can just go back into the fight from a safe position. And again, I'm going to talk about positioning all game long, or all video long, because on Kassadin, that is the most important thing, is getting into the right position and not getting caught by enemy champion stuns and things like that. So I run in, give me a little bit of an assist there, and let me speed up just a bit. I'm going to go stand in the bush and do some Kassadin things. What you want to do with Kassadin is just stand around in bushes a lot, because people, they get cocky when they don't see you, and then you just jump out, bam! Oh, snap, Tristana, you got melted. You should have went back and healed. And then I'm just going to go there and clean these guys up. Went ahead and stole the red buff from her, so I'm going to jump in on top of Pirate, pop my Q, do my E spell, and bam, I'll just do one more melee attack, and I know that I have the red, so as you can see there, I do get the kill on Pirate. Okay, let's talk about some masteries real quick. I do the 9-0-21, getting the reduced cooldowns, a little bit of the gold, which doesn't, you know, add up that much, but it's nice, and improved teleports, as well as the reduced cooldowns on your summoner abilities. Here, I'm going to do a little bit of a cool trick I like to do with teleport. I got the Ashe low. I was ready to go back and buy, but I just wanted to kind of harass her down just a bit. So I'm going to go teleport back home while she sits there fighting the creeps. Going to buy a little bit more AP, as you see, trying to build my Zhonya's ring. And then a health pot, just for the hell of it, I guess. I had some extra cash. So here's what I do. I teleport in on the creep that she's attacking so she can't get the last hit on it. And boom! Teleport in. Do my Q, and she's trying to run away. She's not going to make it, though, because I get my R right now. Boom! And there's the Force Pulse. She's done. And there we go. Start the stacks for my Mejai's Soul Stealer. Here's another time. I'm going to go ahead and cast a teleport on the minion that's being focused by the tower so it doesn't die. And booyah! See ya, son. You just got your health demolished. Yeah, he was a little bit lower level. He wasn't farming that well, and I was the mid, so I had that extra damage, and I'm able to get the first 2 stacks of the game. As far as runes are concerned, I'll go ahead and go for the blue and yellow's mana regen, because Kassadin has some mana issues if you don't build mana items, and it also helps you a lot in the early game for the harassment. Then I'll go ahead and pick up HP Quince, and then, of course, the magic pin on your reds, and that's going to help you out doing a little bit of extra damage and be a little tanky since you are a squishy with this build. As far as items, the first chance I get, you know, well, actually I try and stay in the lane as farm as much as I can. Ideally, what you want to do is wait to go back until you're able to afford your Mejai's, boots, and then a blue elixir. The reason I get an elixir right after Mejai's is that you don't have any stacks yet, and you're going to be a little bit lower on you know, item damage just until you get those stacks up, so that's why I build that. Here, right after I bought those, I'm going to try and go in and build up a few stacks by ganking. Unfortunately, Nidalee sees me with the trap, and I just now notice it. And I'm like, oh shit, time to go. And so I go ahead. I'm going to try and kill the pirate. Boom, E and Q. Pop down my knight as well, and with a little help from Sona, I do get my first 2 stacks of the game. Right after that, I'm going to move up to the middle where my friend is holding off the middle just enough. Bam! And he goes ahead and he sees me there, so I'm going to go in for the kill. He kind of baited well with his low HP, and that allows me to get another 2 stacks on my Mejai's. All right. And moving on to the next person, I'm just going to move from the bottom all the way up to the top. As you see here in this next clip, I'm just waiting for someone to jump out and feed me a little more. And it looks like it's going to be Tristana. So I jump in on top of her, pop my E, pop my Q, and booyah, doing lots of damage. I throw down the Ignite, and she's gone. She's not getting away from that. I'm just going to take a few tower hits because I know I can. In this game, I actually picked up heal for some reason. I think I was testing that out to see if I liked it more than teleport, but whatever. Got my first 6 stacks. Okay, on item-wise, after you get the Mejai's, you're going to want to go ahead and start building up a Zhonya's. Here, I take a ton of damage, and so that I don't die, I go ahead and pop my Zhonya's, and it's really great on casting because it allows you to let your cooldowns up. So I went ahead and popped my R to safely make it out. After you do that, you know, the build is based on what your team or your enemies are doing. I'm sorry. I usually like to go for a Mejai's. It's great to keep you from getting stunned, and then if you get a Lich Bane late game and you've got enough stacks stacks going, holy crap, you're going to do a shitload of damage. You'll be hitting for like 500 to 700 damage based on what you've got, and you can just destroy towers, enemy champions, whatever. I don't get that very often just because games don't generally last that long. In fact, I always kept forgetting to record whenever I had games that were that long, so you don't see any games here, but I will probably show you some of that later. Oh, once again, Zonya saves my life in that team fight, and I'm able to jump away just enough, with just enough health that I can kind of just stay back and help my teammate if someone takes chase. Looks like the Sona is going to go for the kill on this guy, and I'm just going to go BAM! Take him out. Silence her so she can't do her Q spell to kill me, and so that's extra kill for us. I don't get any last hits here, but I do get 2 assists, so that's great. You know, I would have died otherwise if I didn't have the Zonya, so great item to have on a lot of characters. It's one of my favorite items just because it's a great baiting tool as well as a lifesaver, like a oops, oh shit button, you know? So that's why I like to build that item. Now, unfortunately here, I do make the mistake of jumping in and going for the kill, and Kali's back just in time to mop up our entire team because, you know, she's a baller like that. And this Kali is quite scary, I will say. Oh man, she goes after it. See that? Anyways, up into the next clip here, I just try to position myself behind the walls. Kassadin's great at just jumping out and going after whoever's low health or whatever their carry is. As you can see there, I went ahead and popped down everything I had on their Mumu, who was low HP, so that he can't do anything. And then bam, Ash was coming in from the back as well, and we were able to take out Sona. And that's what you want to do on Kassadin. Kassadin things, you know, just run around, jump out of bushes, and scare the hell out of people with your massive damage. So I'm going to push out the Akali there so she doesn't go after the team. I think this Vladimir is going to just try to run away, but I've got crazy damage. Bam! See ya, sir. Didn't get the last hit, but whatever, you know. Another kill for the team. And I just turned that fight around by splitting up their team and doing that massive damage. Here we go, doing Kassadin things. Once again, I'm standing behind the wall, you know, just waiting for my opportune time to jump out and strike. Oh, there we go. He's got his little bit of magic shield down, so I try and silence him and put some damage on. Probably not the best target, you know, focus in the tank. All he does is run in and pop his ult, and he's done anyways. But whatever, we take him out. Should have focused the Kali, to be honest with you. She takes out 2 of my teammates, and then goes for me, but I'm like, whatever, dude. And jump away. We kill her and go for the Udyr. And unfortunately for him, he thinks he can kill someone, so he stays in just too long to get slowed by Ash arrows. And, oop, there you go. Good thing for Shen, he's got his little revive item there, Guardian Angel, and he's able to live for another day. So good fight for us. Once again, doing Kassadin things, standing behind walls, and I'm just going to wait for the right moment. I don't see the whole team there. See, there we go. I know they're all coming. So, here we go. Sona, I'm going to take out the squishy. Booyah. And so I'll go ahead and do as much damage as possible to Sona, take her out of the fight. I knew that Kali was getting mopped up. She was focused by our team. And so we're able to take out Kali, Sona, Vlad, and then looks like their Amumu goes down. And Udyr just runs away, you know, because he's like, shit. Okay, here we go. Another little bit of an early game clip. I think I've already got 2 stacks, but I'm just going to jump over the wall. And you never want to stay low health around a tower. This is the scary thing. Kassadin's kind of like a mindfuck to people. You just keep coming out of bushes and across the walls, and eventually you're just going to be so scared they don't even try and defend their towers anymore unless they have their whole team there. You know what I'm saying? And then you're just going to mop up people. That's your job. Just kind of run around in the back, and as people try and get away, booyah, mop them up. You never want to run into a fight. Don't initiate, because you're just going to die immediately. You are so damn squishy, and especially if you're stacking, people are going to be like, take the stacks off of Kassadin, and that's what they'll do. They'll focus you, so just don't do it. And here we go. We're going to make this guy fear the bush. He just shouldn't have ran past. And, yeah. Sorry, buddy. You may be a little bit of a tanky guy, but, you know, with that much damage coming out, you're just not going to be able to handle it. There you go. So doing Kassadin things. Oh, it looks like he flashed away. I wasn't able to do massive damage to him, but I will go ahead and, you know, every time I see Twitch with Kassadin, I'm just like, yes, feeding frenzy time. I'm just gonna, I got taunted, so I couldn't jump after him, but I'll take him out here in just a sec. See his life jump down. Whoa, wow. So low, but oh man, I got a little greedy here. Jump past the tower, and oh man, that's not good. I do get 2 kills from it though, as you can see. Bam, the ignite takes him out. So yeah, you know, since I killed him after I died, I got the stacks back, and it ended up being good for me after all. But I probably could have done a little bit better there with that. So yeah, that's it, guys. Kassadin, you know, watch your positioning, jump out, build them correctly, don't die as much as possible. If you guys like the videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. thumbs up the video, and I'll see you around next time. And I'll probably try and put up a video of me just doing some other crazy Kassadin things after this.